Hello, welcome. It's just loading Trainz in the background. It's almost loaded. One moment. Actually, can I show you that? One moment. It should be correct? Yes, it is correct. Good. Yeah, you can see it is just loading in. Hello, Mr. W. Hello, Kangafango. Welcome. So, actually I should probably turn the render distance down a little bit. Just a little bit. That does not look right. Yeah, it's just loading in the UI still. If I click over here on the tabs, you can see the things loading in. Let's just give it a minute or so. What's the plan for today? Well, firstly, let's wait for the UI to load in, and then I'll get to it. Okay, so last time, of course, we built a lot of this. In a nutshell, Trainz. Built a lot of this, put the road down, and laid the rough start of where the town will begin. But I remembered that I want to have the food processing plant here, the food mill, if you will. So I'm going to need to think about where I want that. What I will probably do is flatten out this hill a little bit to the left, so that I can have a little spur coming off here, going over to the factory building over there, probably. So that's one thing that I want to do. And the other thing is, I want to bring this sort of forest, starting from here, all the way down to about there, so that it's kind of a, if you look at it like this, it's a line from over here going straight down to here, like that. I think that will look good. That way there's a little bit more of a stretch where this forest is on both sides of the track. So I think that's good to start. For now, I'll do the forest bit first, and then after that I'll modify the terrain over there a little bit, and we can start laying out the tracks for the town. So food is the plan for at least some of today then? Probably, yes. Elderly voice. Back in my day, we never had to wait for the UI to load in. When I was loaded into my map, so was the UI. We had none of this, give me a minute before I decide that I would like to appear, baloney. Oh, hush, hush, old man. Aww. So, I guess it's time to switch layer first. And then I'll grab the forest from over here. See, I've got a little square of woodland that I can just duplicate. Hello, VGR, les comms calling. Okay, well, let's answer the comms. Hold on. There we go. Answered comms. It is, does either of you know the phrase boomer? I am familiar with it, but I do not agree with the conventional associations with that term. The what now? I have. Right, answers comms. Hello? Never used it though. Yeah, fair enough. Long pause. A long pause? Why would a long pause be calling us? Okay, like that. And then, of course, like I do usually, I'll get rid of some. Actually, I quite like a little bit of grass there on that side. I'll get rid of some of the trees to get on the edge, so that it's not as stepped going along. It's a smoother edge. So let's do that next. Again. Yes, because that's what I usually do when I put down forest. And you've seen me do it countless times, and you've heard me explain it countless times. I think you might have accidentally left the microphone on during your vocal exercises there, Eliza. Yes. Luckily my volume wasn't too loud. I'm joking. It's a joke. Hello. Heyo. No, it was completely intentional. Good. So it was intentional that you left the microphone on during your vocal exercise. No, don't worry, it's a joke. Sounds more like he accidentally stepped on a Lego. She, because that was Eliza speaking the character of Eliza. And yes, I get what you mean with I get what you mean with that. Ah, my bad. And here I'm actually going to move the trees out of the way because it is a little bit slower, but the forest is already not that dense, so it's already quite easy to see the forest floor. And if I move these trees over to the side, it helps to fill that out a little bit. So, Mr. W, how has your day been today? By the way, the plan for tomorrow's stream, Kangofango stream, well, I'll be streaming as well, but Kangofango's stream slot is to do another ETS2 multiplayer minigame. I don't quite remember the rules, but I'll have to read them up. I think it's called Track Hunt or something like that. I'll have to check the rules. And then on Monday, at the moment the plan is to go back and continue with Minecraft a little bit more. Hopefully set up some immersive engineering stuff, actually get into those mods, and that will look so great. With how you can span the wires between the poles, and you've got the water wheels, and you've got all sorts of stuff. Shadows, it's been very good, thanks. I took the day completely off and mostly played Dark Souls 2, which is better than 1. I don't care what you say. Well, what if I say that I do not disagree with that statement? Truck hunt in Scandinavia. Ooh, I'll see if I can join that. Well, to join that, you would have to own ETS2 plus the Scandinavia DLC. Unless you meant to join in chat, which is significantly more likely. Yeah, woo, Minecraft! Yes, I'm excited as well. Oh yeah? Yep. Good. That's nice to hear. You seen how big Eliza's battle yacht is? Yes, I have. It is really very big. Congratulations. Well, you've not played any of them, so you can't say yay or nay. Well, that's why I deliberately said, what if I don't disagree with that statement? So, not disagreeing does not necessarily mean agreeing, so even though it can be taken as that. I made sure it's 1-to-1 to the actual scale. Ah, good. I had already assumed that. Okay, we're almost done with this. Just a little bit back there. And I'm going to leave this little grassy bit here. I think that looks so nice. A battle yacht? Oh boy. Mr. W, you're gonna set him off. You're gonna set him off. Now he's gonna talk for ages about it. Although, to be fair, Mr. W, if you are interested, VGR, please share photos so that Mr. W can see what. Speaking of yachts, this happened today. Yes. I saw that. I saw it from when I was in Paynton. Damn, right, I will. Okay, so as usual, I'm using a small brush to paint in the edges, and then I'm going to use a bigger brush to fill it in. Like that. I've got to say, the spelling of yacht has to be the dumbest spelling in anything in the English language. One of them at least. I don't know where that word comes from. So, I mean, there is of course the German word Yacht, which is actually pronounced how it's spelled. It's spelled the same way, by the way. And I guess maybe the word comes from Germany, but in English there really isn't much of a ch sound. So maybe that's just silent, so it's yacht. So just Y-A-T mostly. Maybe that's where it comes from. I don't know. This MF right here. What do you think you'd enjoy more, playing ETS2 multiplayer or playing Human for Flat multiplayer? Me? Or the one you actually tagged? Because the sound isn't even pronounced. Yeah, I mean, you get lots of words like that, especially ones that were in Old English and have since... there was a whole period where symbols were added to words to make them feel, well, more representative of where they originally came from. And then a lot of them weren't even pronounced because it gets complicated. But just know that it gets complicated. Okay, so now it's time to paint on a little bit of this other texture in here, just to add a bit of patterning. Probably for flat, as I'm not really into driving games except racing games. I think I'd find them a bit boring. Not if you played some of our mini games. I can tell you that for free. The last one where I was the runner, where I was heading to... Oh, what was it? Was it Salz? No, it was was it Innsbruck or Salzburg? Salzburg, wasn't it? That was so close. That was incredibly... for like a good maybe half an hour or so. It was just... My hands were sweating because I was so tense because of that. Trainz, you can answer too if you want. If it's single player, I think I would prefer ETS2. ETS2. But in multiplayer, I'd say it's a tie, because the silliness and the fun and the laughing of both is quite good, and I really quite enjoy. Oh yes, and I need to bring this texture in a little bit more on this side as well. Alright, although with minigames I'd say it's anything but boring. The work cannot be displayed due to sensitive content. Really? What link? Oh right, yeah, I gotta log in for that. Most of mine anyway. I mean, fair enough, huh? Oh, wait, hold on. You linked me the wrong one? The last Martin, same thing. Yes, I linked the right. Yes, I linked the right one. Must have been on your end. I couldn't see the other one as well. It wanted me to log in to see it. Yeah, I can't. With this work cannot be displayed as it may contain sensitive content. May contain. So, yeah, it's probably a safety thing on the website. Even if the work itself doesn't contain that, they probably want you to log in anyway, just to be sure that that you're supposed to watch it or to view it. What if it comes to Minecraft or Human for Flat multiplayer? Ooh, that's I don't know. Mr. W, have you only have Minecraft Bedrock, right? Or is it even Bedrock? Is it the earlier version, earlier than Bedrock? Maybe. Okay, let's have a look at what this looks like. I don't have a Prixiv account, so but I'll upload Imgur. Oh, probably for that because there's more comedy in that. Depends on what mood I'm in, I guess. Right, cheers. It's because Eliza V6 releasing showing up as it's tagged as. Oh, I see. Sure, it's not all of them though, as I've seen stuff on a website before that you've not had to log into see. Oh, alright. Alright, hello bot, welcome. Actually, no, not welcome, sorry. Oh, hold on, I'll upload it to Imgur. Right, bot who's the fourth. Sure, it's Minecraft on the PS3, yeah. I assume that it's the most recent that was on the that console, as they stopped updating PS3 stuff a long time ago. Yeah, well, if you enjoy Minecraft, I can recommend the Java edition. If for no other reason than mods, basically. Okay, this will look really nice with bush splines and grass splines and things like that over here as well. No, I don't mean the ex-president. Okay, then this opens up a little bit here, and then it goes underneath, and then it goes around the loop. I don't have an Elytra even. Then, yeah, it must be a pretty old version. Me neither. I'm sure there must be some way to see what version it is. Tell you what, I'll boot it up and I'll have a look. I'm not sure that would tell me much because how the versions are counted is different for the different platforms. So, what version of Minecraft was the Elytra added? 1.9, I think, something like that. Hold on. Not 19.9. 1.9. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, 1.9 was the Java Edition Combat Update thing where if you look here, this added, among other things, Beetroot and Elytra. So yeah, and this, however, is only the Java Edition name. I don't know what the Bedrock equivalent is. The most recent thing was beacons? Hold on. One moment. Oh, by the way, Mr. W, if you're up for VC today, you'd be welcome. Let's have a look. Beacon. I'll quickly zoom out to make this go a bit faster. The beacon. Wait, wasn't that the spooky thing? The spooky update? When was this added? Not obtaining activation. One moment. Sounds. Is there a history? Oh, 1.4. Beacons were added in 1.4. 1.4.2 specifically. Which was, actually, what did it say? Yeah, see, look, I meant, look, it's the pretty scary update, as you can see here. The pretty scary update. I thought spooky, but no, pretty scary update, where they added potatoes and carrots and pumpkin pies and things like that. I remember when that released. Trainz for no other reason? What do you mean? If for no other reason. So, without any other reasons, that one reason is enough for me to prefer that, even if there are no other reasons. Right, have fun. Right. I'll stay here, no worries. Depends on what items you have. Sci-fi yacht. Or yacht, whatever. Yacht, yes. No end cities, nothing. I think the most recent thing was beacons. ETS2 also has beacons, yes. Sure is maybe in a bit. Yes, a weaponized version of the sure is in a bit, but thank you for the offer. Sure. I didn't see annoyingly. Why did they stop updating Mario for the PS3? I guess maybe because they eventually they made Bedrock, which as far as I know is basically Xbox 360 version that's just been updated and retitled, and it is being updated, whereas the PS3 version, I don't know, the PS3 was just outdated, I guess, because the PS3 I don't think is being supported anymore, because we've got the PS4 and PS5 now, so I guess just an outdated console. I don't have one myself, but it would be pretty nice if they still updated. I guess because it's more popular than other stuff. I think Xbox and Java are the ones being updated, not even Pocket Edition. I think Pocket Edition and Xbox 360 or Xbox Edition have kind of been combined or replaced with Bedrock. So now the two versions are Bedrock and Java. Or see, you couldn't see as detected as a V6 release according to work. Yeah. Dare I ask why she's tagged as such? Dare I use peek of it here? I mean, you can take a wild guess. Yeah, I can see that. Shadows, yes, PS5. Ooh, that reminds me of something. What? The PS4? Actually, I don't want the bushes all the way up there because I want you to be able to see the texture underneath, so I don't really want to cover it up. No, oof. All I'm going to say is that I tagged it as such as to not risk it. Better safe than banned, I guess. I recently learned that you can get a PS1 memory card adapter, so that's something I plan to get. Memory card, PS1 memory adapter for what? For the PS5, you mean? Or for what? Yes, fair. Or funfair. Ta-da! Yes. Probably put some of the 3D shrubs around here. Thank you. Use a little bit more up here. I'd love to go on walks here, maybe take a raft on the log flume. Well, sure, but I don't think that you'll be able to get insurance. By insurance, I mean insurance that it won't break. Sure it is, essentially. I did have a PS1 game, and I could play it on my PS3, but I couldn't save, as it didn't recognize the internal memory card in the PS3. So I'm gonna get an adapter and see if that works, because there's a couple games that I want to try out. Ah, right, that makes sense. Thank you. Okay, once I've finished putting down the bushes here, then we'll get over to laying down the track layout for the town and deciding where I want the factory to go. But I wish you I wish you the purest of fortunes. Thank you. you want to try to guess the games? I can try. I don't know that much about PS1 games. Is one of them to do with DuckTales, maybe? Or maybe Tomb Raider. That was on PS1 as well, right? Some of it? To immerse you more in the scene, just open the Imgur photo and play this. Should I as well do so in just a sec, because I'm gonna listen to the YouTube link? Sure. There are some that can go guesses. Oh, I've played that. Ah. Sure, surprisingly, you're not unclose with duck stuff. Is it to do with Looney Tunes? Yes, potentially. DuckTales or PS1? I don't know. Nope, but it is to do with birds. Ah, he says. To do with birds on the PS1. No. Probably not. Well, I hope so. Right. So you do have a 3D platformer, kind of. Well, I hope to. Alright, not I hope so, I hope to. Yes. This also needs a little bit more texture on the side there. Okay, now it's time to place 3D bushes. Sure, it's a movie tie-in game. Oh, is it? I was thinking something to do with Looney Tunes Back in Action, but you said it's not Looney Tunes. Crash Bandicoot is more like a side-scroller, only instead of going from left to right, it goes from front to back. I see. Movie tie-in. I have no idea. Right, think of it, it's more it's like 3 minus 64 and that kind of gameplay. Yeah, I see. And it's 3D and you can jump on platforms. True. Okay, I need to switch this over to that. And I need to switch those lights on. There we go. That should be a bit better. Maybe switch that on as well. Okay, This is gonna sound weird, but it's Chicken Run. Oh right, that! I've never seen that film. Ah, wait. Maybe I don't have one then. I don't know. Artman Animations, yeah, it's a really good film. Yeah, I remember... When did that film come out? I don't know. But I seem to remember seeing posters and stuff about it. But I've never watched it. Oh, release date 2000. Well, I suppose the posters could have been around for a couple of years. Looks like Wallace and Gromit, but I never saw that either. Bum ba-dum ba-dum bum bum bum. Should I? And honestly, I remember being so tense playing it when I was younger. I doubt you'll get the reference, but it's Metal Gear Chicken. I get the reference, sort of. But not because I played the game. Yeah. Essentially a stealth game for kids. Ah. I see. Why not a stealth game for parents? And good grief, the boss animations with the low polygon models staring down at you, or staring down at you. Ah, volume. I don't know what that is. No, loss. Oh, loss animations. What do you mean by the loss animations? Oh right, I see that sound. Yeah. Well, the loss screen when you lose. Oh, right. I see. Yes, when I thought you meant that as in. I thought you meant it the other way, but yeah, that makes sense. Felt a bit morbid to call it a death screen, especially because you don't die, you just lose an item and progress. Would be weird if it says you lose an item and progress. But yes, and progress. True. I guess you can call it a game over screen. Yeah, it's the best not to be needlessly morbid on stream. Yeah, but you get what I mean. Yes. I'd really need Eagle for all these bushes. Oops. Now I want to grab that one back there and then add another one here. Bushes? Yes. The bushes. The RAN view this web was built in Multiverse and Freya. On the back of the yeah, I mean that doesn't really mean much to me, but sure. VGR. Slovak placed a lot of them. Yeah, he did. Also, I saw a really confusing poster that's designed to explain the universe to kids. Hold on, I'll just quickly look for it. I'm not sure if I can find it. Nah, I can't really. No, I can't find it. I thought it might be like one of the top results for something like that, but no. Basically, hold on, I'll reach out first. Oh, and another PS1 game I'm hoping to get: Nightmare Creatures. Nightmare creatures. Well, if you watch a good enough horror film, you've already got the first part in your dreams. Then you just need to actually get some creatures. And then somehow you need to combine those two and compact them into a game, and then there you go. He's kind of renowned for it. Oh, big words, Milolaki. Ah. Oh, that looks familiar. What's the game about? Ugh. And yes, that looks like the one, a spiritual ancestor of Bloodborne. Ah. Creatures see nightmares? I gotta get back to talking. I haven't said anything for the past hour. Hour? It's already... Oh right, it's already been an hour. That's over an hour. That is... not true. So, Laza, how are you and Carol doing? If I remember right, you fight against a sorcerer of some sort and attempt to stop him from summoning his creatures. I see. Yeah, like I said, about the confusing poster. I went to a penny fair today, which is a little bit like a flea market, basically. People come with stuff and they can set up little stalls. Hold on, this is really quite annoying. One moment. Yeah, and they try to sell stuff. And this particular penny fair was held... well, it was set up, arranged by some of my friends, and yeah, it was the church hall was rented. Actually, a church hall plus church hut behind it. And in the church hall there was educational stuff on the walls for kids. So on one bit there was the numbers, so the actual like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0 or 10, whatever, with them being written using numbers or words, which that was quite high up, so I don't know how children are supposed to easily see that, but oh well. There was lots of stuff like that. There was things with 2D shapes and 3D shapes, and one of the things was on one of the walls there was a big poster about the universe, and it had different elements on it. It had, for example, the Milky Way and other galaxies and supermassive black holes at the center of the galaxy, and it had lots of stuff, and it was quite confusing. It was quite confusing because, for example, one of the things, there was a picture of galaxies and it had the text, active galaxies. What are active galaxies? No, really, please. Please, go on. If you know what an active galaxy is, please tell me, because as far as I know, an active galaxy is a galaxy that has stars in it that are undergoing fusion still. Which, as far as I know, is every galaxy. There are active galactic cores, which is a very dense area of the galaxy where the stars are very close together and are traveling at immense speeds, but that's not what they said on the poster. Also, the picture that they showed of a supermassive black hole was, I'm pretty sure, a quasar, which are ancient things that as far as we know, don't even exist in our galaxy anymore, because all the black hole, because how a quasar works is, it's a black hole that is slowly sucking in a star. Basically, it's close by to a star and it's pulling in the star matter in a, the magnetic field pulls it into a disk. So you get this accretion disk, I think it's called accretion disk, that is extremely bright because of all the friction of this hugely fastly spinning disk. and you then get bits of it that are ejected out the poles because of... It gets complicated, but that's what it looked like, a representation of a quasar. But the thing is that the quasars we know of, are in other galaxies. Galaxies where the light has been traveling for a long, long, long time to get here, which means that those quasars existed that long time ago. I don't think there are any in our galaxy yet, because quasars were probably a thing of the universe that existed when the universe was younger. And they had a picture of what I think is probably a quasar, and called it a supermassive black hole with like an indicator pointing to the center of the Milky Way galaxy. Now, while it is true that there is a supermassive black hole at the center of our galaxy, it does not look like a quasar, because a quasar is extremely bright in the sky. That accretion disk is extremely bright. You can see those quite easily. The supermassive black hole at the center of our galaxy, what was it called? A star? 8 star? A star? Something like that. No. I can't remember the name of it. Hold on. Something star. One moment. It was Sagittarius A star. I almost said I wanted to say Sagittarius A star, but I thought it was wrong. No, it is Sagittarius A star. Is very difficult to see, which is why it took astronomers so long to find it. Because as far as I know, the only way that we even found out about it, as far as I know, again, this could be wrong, is because of the orbital paths of other stars that are near the center and how they were slingshotting around. So we found out, oh, there has to be this supermassive black hole. Which I get isn't very easy to represent on a poster for kids. But I found the poster confusing. Plus they had exoplanets on there as well, which I found interesting. And they said that exoplanets are planets that are outside of galaxies. And as far as I know, exoplanets are... Or are those... Hold on. Actually, I might be confusing it with... No, I'm not confusing it. Exoplanet. An exoplanet or extrasolar planet is a planet outside the solar system, which is the term that what I thought it meant. But they put that there with a subtext of planets outside the Milky Way galaxy, between galaxies, outside of galaxies. And it was just confusing. Now that I've talked about that with a lot longer than I thought, I'll read a bit of chat. Oh, well, I'll say first. Oh, there's a lot of chat. Will is 1961. Hello, welcome. Right. A little, yeah. Should say younger. No, there's only a child. Oh, it's related to her then. Related. I didn't say Carol is related to her. All right, just friends. Yes. Oh, sure is. If you're stumped, then God help the rest of us. Well, sure is. Did you ask anyone about the that word is confusing. The confusinosity of the poster. Well, no, there was nobody from the actual church or whatever around. It was just the church hall was being rented by the organizer of the fair, who is one of my friends, and she had nothing to do with that, so there was nobody to ask about it. But I did bring it up with a couple of people, and they were as confused by it as I was. So, you want to teach kids about space phenomena? Create a sense of awe and wonderment that fulfills curiosity and creates more curiosity? Great. Just please get it right, please. Not that I think that the person or individual responsible for that is actually going to watch the stream. Active galaxies, the galaxies that have been discovered? No, those would be discovered galaxies. Sorry, I now have the awesome phrase galactic core in my vocabulary. Yeah, galactic core, that is a good thing. Why? Sorry? It's a phrase. Titus, activate the galactic core. Titus or Titus, perhaps. No, Titus. Oh, gotcha. Radio, Captain, on it now. On whose orders? It's really quite comfortable on here. Oh, mine. Damn it. On mine, damn it. And which one of you is Titus? Me, sir. Well, I am Titharius, the Magnificent, but my friends always call me Titus. Oh, and you, Captain. Excellent. The fact that you can come up with stuff on a dime is magnificent. On my passport, I go by Tharanatar Valots. Just like Tharanos. Shadows, would be interesting if the individual that designed that poster joined the Twitch chat right now. That would be interesting. Alright, sorry, I had missed the message before. No, I don't think I will, because you can see I got a ship myself. Bumpscosity. Bumpscosity. Which one? You want to teach kids about space and our universe and fill them to the brim with awe and wonder about it? Then please, don't go to that church. Well, yeah. I mean, the visual design of it worked. How the elements were arranged. It's just the text that went with it that I took issue with, but yeah. Mostly because if a child reads that and in modern day has access to the internet and searches for some of those terms, then that child will find contradictory information online to what it said on that poster, which is designed to teach that child about that stuff, or at least get the child interested in that. And then if there's contradiction right at the beginning, that probably isn't very conducive to learning. I'm trying to get Discord up to join VC. Oh, right, then I'll get Discord up as well. Let me just make sure that I'm in the right channel. Also, I have to switch over. But yeah, we're almost finished with the bushes. I'll put the grass down later when we do the grass for the whole bit. After I finish with these bushes, then we'll get to the actual town bit and the trek plan for that. Discord is taking a moment to start up, but we'll be there shortly. One moment. There we go. Right. Good. Now I'll just switch over. There we go. Yeah, just got that little bit to do here. Discord is loading. Yes. I know the ... as in someone is typing on Discord. Yeah. If Discord would flip and load. Don't worry about it. Give it time. Give it time. Might take a minute, yeah. I do need to put a couple more bushes in a little bit further into the woods so that it doesn't look like it's just literally on the edge, which might look a bit unrealistic. With my laptop, it'll take multiple. Gotcha. But yeah, I think I read somewhere or heard somewhere that the reason why the Sagittarius A star celestial body has the star on it is because the individual who discovered it, who was logging things, marked things of specific importance with a little star, so that as to denote that it is of significant importance. And then that little star just kind of became part of the name, if I recall correctly. But I could be mistaken. Please check that up yourself if you're at all interested. Discord the Great. With patience comes great success in the loading department. You mean the truck loading department? Hello, Willis961. Welcome! Was in the hospital for a few days. Had to have a defibrillator pacemaker implanted. Ooh, that does not sound pleasant. My first step to becoming a cyborg. Aw. Well, I hope you're alright. Yes, but I'm not patient. Yeah, yeah, yikes, definitely. But at least you have your sense of humor. Oh geez, I hope that went as well as it could have, man. Yeah. Judging by the fact that he's still here, I would assume that it at least went somewhat well. Okay, just a few more bushes and then I'll get over to the town building thing. Stream title, yes, the Milton Valley Railroad, the last mountain branch, more. Yes, because the previous stream was titled Milton Valley Railroad, the last mountain branch. I wonder how Tiamat is doing. The goddess, I mean, not the D&D dragon. Even though the D&D dragon technically is also a goddess, but no, I mean the Mesopotamian goddess of, I think, salt water. Yeah, because I think Tiamat was salt water and... Or actually no, was Tiamat fresh water and Abzu salt water? Abzu might have been salt water, actually. Gotta keep a sense of humor. Yep, I agree. That's generally good advice for anything, really. Last Mountain sounds really cool. One moment. As is to Tiamat? Never heard of the D&D dragon. It's a multi-headed D&D dragon from the Forgotten Realms setting, I believe. It could be a different setting, but I think it's from the Forgotten Realms. But yeah, Last Mountain sounds really cool. Yeah. I mean, a phrase like Last Mountain, to me, because I really enjoy world building, automatically gives me all sorts of ideas. Like, for example, of course, Last Mountain. Like a fantasy setting where once it was a normal world, but now everything is just these vast, either plains or salt flats or deserts, with everything, with towns around, but rivers, of course, since everything is flat, can't really carve into it that much. And so you've just got these vast floodplains that stretch for hundreds of miles. And in the center of the world, or the continent or whatever, there is one mountain remaining. It is the mountain that the gods live on, and so it was spared the flattening of the world. And now maybe the dwarfs, if there are dwarfs, of course chose to live in that mountain, but of course they had to now worship these other gods, these new gods that they hadn't been worshipping before, the gods of this mountain. And so that could be really interesting, how their culture changed. Maybe some of them are in secret still worshipping the old gods, and maybe that's causing some conflict. Maybe the dwarves have actually kind of become the guardians of the god, or their warriors or something like that. So maybe the gods provide for them, and in return, most of the dwarves are actually clerics who have, clerics, basically. That's one part of it. Or maybe, that's just lots. Saltwater, good thing the ship, I'm just going to say the ship, is coated in a paint that resists to that. And parasite forming too. Nice. Imagine that, a D&D Pathfinder campaign that's entirely set on salt flats. I don't know if that would be that much fun. Right, I've given up on Discord, sorry. What happened? If you leave the window open, it will open eventually. Just refusing to load. I had it up and open beforehand, but got rid of it. Hopefully it'll come up soon. Yeah. Maybe if you set the quality of the stream down, the resolution of the stream a bit, maybe it's your internet speed. If you can set the quality of the stream different, maybe that would help. I don't know. But yeah, so actually I'll quickly look up Tiamat. Tiamat. Here, the Mesopotamian goddess. Goddess of the sea. So it is the goddess of salt water, goddess of the sea, and Abzu is aquifers. So that is fresh water. See? Told ya. Anyway, must go too. Pretty tired. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Eliza and VGR. Thank you for stopping by. Shit, trust me, it's all the way down. Oh, I see. Yeah, true, it doesn't sound interesting, but if the GM's good enough, I think it would be still interesting, maybe. Maybe. I guess you could still do a lot of political intrigue. Maybe explore the kind of civilizations that form on the salt flats, with what little resources are there. But then, with such restricted resources, you'd probably get into a lot of warfare and stuff like that. But there could be interesting political intrigue, but the thing is, you could have interesting political intrigue in a more interesting environment as well, or a more varied environment as well. I suppose it might work, I don't know. Right. Thank you for coming. Oh, speak of which, did you ever finish the playthrough of Abzu? Yes, I did. I did not unlock the secret stuff because I missed some of the Ammonites. But I did finish the playthrough. Yes, last year. I like the look of that forest. Thank you. I like the look of it too. It's supposed to be an area that a long time ago was cut down, like maybe like a good quite a few decades ago cut down, that has since recuperated a little bit. So you've still got shorter trees in it, but some trees that are getting a little bit taller, a lot more bushes around, just to give the area a little bit of a different feeling with the log flume coming down. I do too. It's really nice having more bushes in it. Should I just assume it's archived on YouTube? Yes, it is. Yep, part 1, part 2, and so on. Yes, it is in the MISC playlist. Or if you just search for Abzu, should be able to find it. Actually, I wanted to fly through this to see what it looks like from ground level. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Come across here. Don't worry, I'll put grasses and stuff on here later. It's just not now. I'll do the grasses and stuff in one run later, I think, would be good. Okay, so then it comes out here, goes across there. I'll have to paint this with a bit more of a rock texture, which I suppose I might as well do now. It'll only take a little while. Thank you. Yeah, good. Thank you very much. Okay, I'll quickly paint that with a rock texture, just so that it's a bit easier to visualize what it looks like. Yes, up here. Is this all good? I think this is not quite. I have to do a little bit of that here. A little bit of this texture along there. Yeah, I think that adds quite a bit. Of course, over here as well, where the cutting is. Because of the loop. Well, I say loop. The curve. It doesn't actually loop back on itself. Okay, it comes around here, through there. And by the way, if you didn't catch it, this is the last branch of the mountains. Once this branch is complete, then the mountainous part of the Milton Valley Railroad will be feature complete. Let's put it like that. I will probably update some areas and do things like adding baseboards and things like that, but it'll be basically feature complete. So yes, a little bit of that there as well. Okay, so carries on over here. Now, let's save, and then I'll flatten a bit of the terrain and think about how I want the layout to be laid out, basically. So I might have to add a couple more baseboards here for this. So if I flatten this bit out a bit more like that. Ooh, that's not what I meant. Hold on, I accidentally clicked on the window bar. So this already looks much more promising. Now, is any of this straightened? No, that is unfortunate, but I suppose, actually, is this bit straightened? Is it? Oh, it is, good. That's actually quite good, because that means that I can, actually let me get the rusty track. I can get it from over here. That means that I can already use this to kind of start a little bit of a lead over here. Something like that probably. Might be long enough for a junction. Rusty, but we don't have narrow gauge stuff on the MVR. Haha, yes. And that is true. Well, mostly true. Okay, so just have this follow along here for a little bit, and then begin to come around this way. I think there's one crane that I placed that might have a little bit of a narrow gauge thing underneath it, but I might be wrong. So I need 2 areas of this. One, in what kind of car would flour be transported? Would it be the same? Would it be the same as? I don't even know where I would have put those trains. One moment. Map options. That's not what I wanted. This is annoying that you've got to do it all one by one. Actually, you know what? Wait, were these? No, these were boxcars, weren't they? One moment. Or maybe not. Wasn't there another train here? No, I think that is actually just that consist. Cover toppers. So they would be the same stuff that the grain would be transported in. Boxcar, well cars. These ones are... Oh, those are locomotives. Cylinder, where are these ones? Oh, they're all the way back here. So you mean still these sort of cars that the grain would be used in? Do these have... We've got grain... Oh no, that's the plus symbol apparently. Barley, stuff. Some of the textures look like they're broken. That's unfortunate. Oh, now there we go. Flour. Yeah, I suppose that works. Yeah, so I want the farms over here to supply grain over to there, where it'll be converted to flour, and then the flour gets shipped up to here, where it'll be converted to general goods, food, and these general goods will then be shipped over to this town, down to North Sea here, of course, over to this town once it's finished, then down over here to the city, and of course also to this town up here, and also there maybe. So that'll supply all of that. So general goods, never very good in the army. I see what you did there. Although it might have been funny if you said never very good in the navy, because then it would have been a double hitting joke pun thing. Those are a bit modern. Well, these ones actually do work for the 60s. I remember looking that up when I first started this, and I put those down searching, and for the 60s these ones apparently work, or ones that are very similar to these at least. If I have ones that are less modern, I will consider them, but for the time being I'm going to be sticking with these. But when it comes to making the sessions, I will have a look and see if I can find ones that are a bit older. So let's do the layout. I'll grab the multiple industries object from somewhere over the rainbow. No, different thing. Here we go. Multiple industries new. Yes. Yeah. So I need 2 of these. One of them will be the flour drop-off, which needs some sort of, I would guess, like a grill at the bottom, like for coal or stuff like that. And then I need a pickup for the general goods, which I probably want to put on the other side. So maybe that could be like over here, like that, as locations, and then maybe have the factory building in the middle. Maybe there's something else running on your computer that's drawing Discord slowing down. Discord slowing down. I'm not sure. Maybe, but I don't know what. On the website, perhaps. I don't know. So here, let's connect this up. Let's see what this would look like. Well, Twitch is up. Yeah, Twitch is up probably. Then let's. I mean, ideally I'd connect that up here so that I can then put in a passing loop to turn around. But that means that I will have to add more space back here, which is fine because I need to add a baseboard here anyway, so might as well have it be useful. Might as well also add 3. Dun dun dun. Nope, not on the laptop. Okay. Well, I mean, if you wanted to, you could try closing the stream and maybe restarting the computer and then going back up, but that might take a while. I don't know how fast your computer is at that. Okay, just do the edge by brush, and then I'll use the copy paste tool to fill out the area. Yeah, I might do, and I might head off in a bit anyway. Alright, well, if so, then thank you for coming. You try closing Twitch and then trying to open Discord. Yeah, you can try closing Twitch, then opening Discord, then opening Twitch again. There we are. Now I'll use the significantly less easily accessed bulk asset update tool for textures. There we go. Oh, the rotation's different. That doesn't matter. Now, do I want to upgrade it to... Actually, no, I'll do the terraforming first, and then I'll upgrade it to 5 meter grid size. Yes, it gets upgraded when the size gets reduced. I know. Okay, so just to pull that back a little bit like that. And I guess I might as well think about how I want this to continue. Maybe just having it continue straight and... actually, maybe having it split off here might be good, and then have 2 portals. That could be interesting. Maybe this town could be a junction town, where the town kind of sprang up around this junction. Yeah, I'll keep it in mind. Yeah, sure. Oh, that looks like a Y. I don't think a Y. I think a normal junction might be enough here. I need to use the plateau tool to smoothen this out a little bit so it's easier to work with. It did look like a Y. Before you filled it in! Yes. Okay, so I'll quickly lay the track just so that, again, it's easier to imagine what this will look like when it's finished. This just goes over here somewhere. I can maybe have it go into that one into a tunnel, and this one maybe just curve around the edge of a valley or something like that, like this. Something like that, like this, yes. So, like that over here. And like that here. Not quite happy with those curves. I think that's okay. So we maybe have the main, the station somewhere along here. Maybe actually on this flat straight bit here. And then you've got a siding that maybe connects up to there. And then you've got the two lines coming in like this. Will there be bridges here? I don't know. I was thinking about it, but I'm not convinced. One moment. There we go. Okay, so now that we've got that, I can actually give this a bit more space. Maybe both of these things a bit more space. Maybe a bit more like this. So then how would an operation work? So a train comes in with hoppers of grain. Comes in, then either it has to come all the way through the unloading bit forward, or it has to drop the cars off, then run around, then push them in backwards. It's going to have to run around anyway. So if there's more space for it before the unloader, then I might as well do it before the unloader. So let's just quickly add a little bit of straightened track in here. I know this is very bumpy, it'll be fine, don't worry. And then have that like this. And this doesn't have to be perfectly aligned with each other either. And maybe have that just connect up like this. General American Transportation Corporation introduced its air slide covered hopper car that made bulk transportation of both flour and sugar more feasible in 1954. Interesting. Is that, hold on, is that a thing that I can look for on the DLS? Would that be maybe GATC? Maybe? Oh, you mean like these ones? Well, that says plastics on it. That's not what I meant. So you mean like these ones, for example? Although that one's from 2013. These ones are a bit more updated. Yes. Huh. Interesting. Let's try 2013 and nothing specifically, just I was hoping maybe an asset that has good sounds as well, and that tends to be more of a feature of more modern assets. Let's have a look. Today. One moment, it needs to filter through. Oh, I see. So like these ones. Oh yeah, and it's even got stuff already loaded. The queue. Before the flower was primarily bagged and carried in boxcars. Yeah, actually that does look quite nice. I'm going to add that to the pick list. One moment. Milton Valley Railroad Trainz. Let's add this in here. There we go. And I'm not specifically choosing the Union Pacific one. This is just the one I've happened to download. So, okay, that's really good. Thank you very much. Upload date. All right. Oh yeah, I could have done that. That's true. So, actually, tell you what, let's just flatten this. Let's just flatten this and work with a more easily work-withable. I guess that's the term, work-withable. Terrain. So, right, bye-bye, Mr. W. Thank you for coming. Thanks very much for the stream, and talk to you all later. Bye-bye. 2-bay covered hoppers were most common early on. Tell you what, let's just get the height from up here. And let's set all the height to that of all the important spline points. Like all these ones. And we've got this decline here. It's going to be a little difficult to do right, I feel. Actually, that's pretty close. Might be easier to do when I add the frogs, because then I'll be able to more easily see how they're aligned vertically. Although that seems pretty good. I might need to add a small retaining wall on this side, which I suppose is okay. Okay, so comes down like that. This bit needs to be straightened. And this has the same height as the tracks. So I think that's plenty of space for a runaround track. But that would only, well, actually, train came in here, locos went over, around, back, came in. Then, yeah, I guess a train could come back out and... although this doesn't look that long for a lead. Maybe I need to add another spline point back here. And then make the lead continue down to that point. I think that's a good idea, probably. If I delete that, and make this continue down the side here. It's okay if it's a little wobbly. But not too wobbly. That, I think, is a little too wobbly. More like that. Should say this on the side of Milton Valley Railroad. Red Bezies, thanks for coming. Also applies to humor for flat. Yes. Okay, so we've got a fairly sized round track, but what do we do with the caboose? Train comes in, put a caboose on our back, should decouple. Well, if we decouple the caboose there, goes in forward, then we can do the run around. Then, fairly sizable. Sure, why not? Actually, I suppose we really do only need one run around, because we can. It will be more moves, maybe. So we come in here, we decouple the with a caboose at the end. We decouple the loco, go forward, run around, couple up to the caboose, then go back, then put the caboose up here somewhere, then go back, and then push the train back onto the caboose. That way we can change which side the caboose and loco are on. We can flip those around. So we don't really need a separate track for the caboose, because this will work. And we really also only need one runaround track, because I doubt this is going to be busy enough to need two. Although saying that, I do want to add siding. Where to add it? Probably coming off somewhere here might be good. It'd be so nice if you could properly add good-looking junctions without, well, in curves without looking like that. So something like that, I mean. Maybe with a bit of a, well, I suppose that's okay. Seems like a quite long junction to me, but it is coming into the curve as well. Maybe something more like that. So then we have a siding here. We have the factory in the middle, then we can have the loading platform begin there, and this will be enough for something like that. I don't know if I want this place to have its own switcher. I might do. In which case, having a little shed, little engine shed might be good. Maybe just having that one, I could just have that coming off of the passing loop, I suppose. Just a little bit like this. We're gonna have the shed there. And I'll probably have I will probably have a water tower for steam engines on the main line here. So let's quickly grab those two assets. One, the water tower, and two, the shed, or the other way around, really. I remember using the shed over here by the cement plant, cement mill. Hopefully it won't take ages saving. For the switcher as a switcher? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe. Also would. Also, should we submit ideas for that new town's name? Not quite yet. There might be some features that could play into the name that we haven't come up with yet. There we go. Okay, so there we go. Couldn't spot it there for a second. Oh, and that's on what layer is that? Is that on hiddens? It is on hiddens. Good. Let's just show the hiddens again. That's a really good design there. Danger of depth. Hello, welcome again. How are you? Okay, so just add one moment. Just add this here. The other way around. Kind of straighten it off a bit. Can I lower this down? Nah, okay. Actually, you know what? Let's use the track underneath. I think that might fit a bit better because of the width. I know I haven't always done that, but in this particular case, I feel that might be a good idea. Let's go over here and grab the bumper. But in the moment suggestion I had was Maryville. Maryville. Interesting. Why? Let's put that there. Is bumper, yes. Yes, indeed. And then let's put the shed over the top. That seems reasonable. Not sure really, that's just the first name that popped into my mind. Alright, I see. Okay, so we've got that. Now let's go get ourselves the water tank. Actually, you know what? Let's go over to hardpoint sidings. This train has been here for a long time. Okay, where do we want the tower? I suppose... I suppose engines going up the hill will probably need more water than engines going down the hill, because going down the hill you use less steam. So I suppose if we have the station here, then having the water tower in such a place that the locos can refuel while the train is in the station might be a good idea. But to actually get this right, I need to first get a station asset. Hi, good evening. I'm good, thanks. Hope you are, or you all are. Yes, I'm doing okay, thank you. Let's go over here and grab this. Yeah, the MVR, it's finally actually getting fairly close to being done. It's just this bit up here. This is the last branch in the mountains that I need to complete. And it is only just going over to this town. This is literally where it'll end. So I need to finish this bit. Then I need to do this branch that goes over here, which is still, it's in the, basically in this very broad, wide river valley. If I zoom in here, you can see how broad this is. And this will just continue on for a few miles that way, going to a town. So I just need to finish this that I'm currently working on, do this branch, and then do a little bit in the city down here. Then after that, all that's left is to clean up some bits, update some of the scenery, because some of the scenery is now almost 2 years old. And then we'll be done. Then I'll just have to do the sessions. I need to actually do something with Trainz. I did some odds and ends over Christmas, but got a bit lost in the software versions and the download station. Yeah, it is definitely a skill to navigate. A lot of the factories back then also had their own power plant and would receive shipments of coal. Also, there should be additional sidings to receive other ingredients to produce the product, yeast, sugar, etc. for that bakery. That is a very good idea. Very good idea. If that is all being delivered by train, that is. Some of this might be delivered by road, but adding a couple more sidings should be fine. I think maybe that might be a little small for this town. Although actually, this station might work quite nicely. Yeah, same here. My local assets are a mess. Yeah, it is very easy to get into a mess with stuff. And it's not that easy to delete assets once you've installed them. Not just because of your own willpower. No, I meant more because of finding all the dependencies that it's downloaded. Okay, so let's connect those up. Then let's connect that up. So unfortunately, this particular station has to be straight. And if this is straight, then let's continue this going straight, at least past the water tower and so on. Only thing I did since the last year with Trainz is update my first ever repaint, BR Express Blue with Etips Grizzly P2, and also make new repaints for it and some of his other locomotives. Interesting, and makes sense. Yes. So yeah. So that could be lined up like this. So the thinking of putting this over on this side of the station is, if a train is coming down from the hills, down the grade, it's not going to be using a lot of boiler pressure, which means it's not going to be using a lot of water, which means that it's less likely to need to refuel here. If it does need to refuel here, it can stop, refuel, then continue, and then unload, or maybe do it the other way around. Who knows? However, what's more likely is that a train coming up this hill, battling the grades, will have used a lot of water, and then it's convenient, so it can stop here to refuel while people are boarding or disembarking. Everyone's interested. There's my trailer board I made for Trainz projects. Yes, I've seen it. Be interesting to see some of the actually 1 point. Let's do 0.6 deboarding. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see some progress on some of those Trainz routes as well, I think. Okay, I'll just have a 0.6% grade up here. I think that should be good. It'll add a little bit more interest to the area, I think. Especially with this being flat, because you've come up the grade and you've got over to the flat station, and then if the tracks are still rising slightly as we go on, then well, yes, it's just going to be more interesting, I think. Although I do believe I want to have a bit of a steeper grade starting there, just so that it's a bit more obvious. Have 6 months left of sub to Trainz, so I should clean, install, and apply willpower instead of, oh, that's nice, and oh, and that. Yeah. Yeah, but it's so easy to do that with a download station, because it's basically lots of free stuff, and it's lots of free train related stuff as well, most of it anyway. And I have in the past definitely operated under that mindset. Been there, done that, yes. So we've got this here, and I think that's probably fine. I mean, I could have a siding here for the train as well, but I think that would be a bit too much. I don't see this being a terminus for trains. I think there's just trains continuing through here, stopping on their way. So just having it on one track, I think is sufficient. Now, as for more sidings, many times over the decade and a bit. Sure is, there were a few messages above danger of depths. Alright. Next repaint I'll do will most likely be experimental green for the P2. Alright. Sure is, yeah, agreed. Thanks. Did you have a particular one in mind? Maybe the moon red road? What do you mean? Oh, right, yours. Well, it's difficult to say because you've started so many. I think the Japanese one would be good. That was beautiful. But I also really like the one where you rebuild, well, sort of rebuild parts of the, the South Devon Railway that goes by Totnes. That one also looks really nice. Right. Let's add another, maybe another pair of sidings. Let's actually get rid of the grade for now. SDR, yeah. So just kind of having this go over here, then having another little straight bit there. I'm just coming over like that, and then yeah, and then adding another siding like that. Kalmbach Books has a series of books about trackside industries describing how they were set up and what supplies they received and shipped. Good reference material for review. Moderator's Guide to Industries along tracks 1 to 4. Ooh, that is interesting. One moment. Let me just quickly see. I don't know if I'd be able to get hold of a copy of those, unless maybe it looks like I can. Oh, it looks like it's you can get it from the hobby store, I think. Although $20, that's a bit steep for me at the moment, unfortunately. But it looks really good. Thank you for the suggestion anyway. Yeah, it's good to have those resources. Maybe I can get it sometime down the line. Might be able to find used copies online. Yeah, maybe. It's worth it to have a look. Okay, and here, is that all still the same height? I think it is. Yeah, okay. So just having another 2 sidings there. I don't know if they should have their own loading, unloading places, because I don't intend to have any other although was about to say I don't intend to have any other commodities coming up here aside from the flour, but I do have the sugar plantation over here, which is supposed to come down to the city to be processed into sugars. And originally I had planned for those, I think, to go to a separate industry, maybe a what's the word? Confectionery factory or something like that. Something that where the sugar is actually needed. But maybe I could also have it be shipped up here, so that it goes to 2. Because I thought that might be a good place to have in here as one of these industries down in the city, so that one of them, it gets delivered to, the raw materials get delivered to, and then the other one, needs to be switched over to the other industry, and so that might for good scenarios. But actually, maybe I could do both. Would sugars also come in these hoppers, or would they still be in boxcars mostly? I wonder. Maybe not as relevant, but these look interesting too. What are those? How steam locomotives work? Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure that I know most of the... I mean, there are some things that I'm not as clear on, like, for example, how the feed water pump system, the injector system works. That's a point that I'm not entirely clear on. But most of how the steam locos work, I'm fairly confident in. And the Zephyrs, yes. And there's another book. Piggyback and container traffic. Haha. Yeah. Express mail and merchandise service. Guide to industries and livestock and meat packing. Yeah, that I'm not too interested in, that one. Head of topic, but it'd be great to have old semi-trailers like the ATS. It would depend on how much sugar they received. Yeah, well in that case I think probably boxcar load would be better. And if we've already got the general goods pickup location with a warehouse, I suppose this could also be reused to receive sugar if it's by the boxcar, because I don't see this receiving that much sugar. So in that case, good news. I don't think we're gonna need a bigger boat. I don't think we're gonna need an additional industry, like a multiple industry on either of these two sidings. Okay, I don't believe. Actually, where is the closest coaling station, coaling tower? Is there one down here? I don't think so. I think the closest one is Northasia, all the way down there. Back to sugar. 190, 190. Should I put a coaling tower up there? Should I or should I not? I don't know. I don't think it's necessary here. I think keeping it a little bit more bare bones up here kind of adds to the more rural nature of where this is located. Even though, yes, I know there's a town here, but still it's quite separated from reality. No, quite separated from the rest of the map. Okay, so I'm actually quite happy with that. Good. We're of course going to need road access as well. I'll actually just go over here. Let's see, do I want to use this road? I think I might want to use this road. For a bit at least. Either that or a dirt road. Actually, maybe thinking about it, a dirt road might fit better. Let me go grab the dirt road. I don't want to use that one if I can help it, because I'll have to replace those ones anyway because of how dark they look in the shadow. That just doesn't look good. Where did I use the other one? Did I use it in Northasia? I might have used it in Northasia. Oh right, 7 used, 9.99. Does that include shipping or? One moment. Oh, yes, of course. Yeah, it costs $6.78 dollars to ship to the United Kingdom. So, yeah, the delivery costs quite a bit. So that's why that's still almost... Yeah. Although, is that, or is that already calculated in? I don't know. I'll have to look into it later. Nice. They're by Jeff Wilson, south side of the river. Really? Might also be on Amazon.co.uk. Maybe. That's a good point. That is a good point. Yes, I want to go down to North Sea to grab that. Oh, we've only got 6 minutes left. Right, so let's put in the road going up to where the industry is. This is... No, this is still the wrong road. Yeah, model railroad hobby shops are good shot as well. Yeah, I could see myself getting a lot of those sort of books and then having nowhere to put them and also no money left in my wallet. I think I used the road that I want back here. Yes, there we go. That's where it was, behind the houses. Who hid this road behind the houses? How am I supposed to find it there? So, the way I see it is probably have this dirt road kind of crossing there, or maybe actually probably more like that. I've picked up most of these books over the years. Yeah. I think that they probably are a good resource to have if you do the sort of stuff that I'm doing with trains or with real model railroads, of course. A few here, a few there. Yes. But that's how it is, isn't it? You just pick up a couple here, pick up a couple there, and then next thing you know, you've got shelves full of them. Or TS stuff. Yeah, Train Simulator stuff. But with Train Simulator, I don't really do much building because the editor is quite bad in most of its aspects. Let's just do it somewhat like that. Is that bit straightened? Now it is. Good. Serious Cow King, hello. Yeah, you can lurk here for a few minutes. My stream is gonna end soon, unfortunately. But I've still got a couple minutes left. Meow, haha. I would make that road connect to the existing intersection. That's a good point. That's a good point. Although I do need to lower this down a bit. One moment. There we go. That does look better. Oh, my ocean is 4 lanes wide. My waves are mountain high. Have they built highways across the ocean now as well? I hope they haven't. Really, I really hope they haven't. Okay, so reinstall underway. Let's do it. Let's do it tonight. If it is receiving shipping by truck, it would probably be a 2-lane paved road. Yeah, but I want to have some houses up here as well. Just a few up here, I think, which means that I'm probably going to have a 2-lane paved road going up here as well, which will continue in that direction. And so I'm probably just going to connect the main entrance over here, or actually over here, or something like that. I just would like to have another entrance coming over this way. But that's a good point. Didn't they in Denmark? Huh. Small steps and a 4-day weekend coming. Yes. Okay, what? Right, I wanted a crossbox. I wanted a crossbox. One track, why not? Actually, this one might be a bit better suited. I know that they may not have had these if it's just a private industrial thing, but I think they look good here. Especially since it sets a good example for other people. Was a reference to this song. Oh! Yeah, is that... Johnny Cash, Sailor on the Concrete Sea. I'm not sure if I've seen that yet. My problem is understanding the aceton. There's names mean. Andy... any decent pages on that, you know? Not any decent pages, but a thing that can help is in the content manager. If you go over to custom, you can add filters here. Like, for example, you can change this to category, one of these filters. You can add new ones over in the corner with the plus minus symbols on the right. You can add a category and then search for example, spline. And then it'll only list splines. And then if you add something like tall, or maybe tall grass, I don't know, maybe two different words. You can also add, so like multiple name ones. I don't know, this is just, that isn't a very good one. Maybe dry grass. Yeah, then you can see it'll only list splines that have this name coming through it. But it's, I can't really give any more tips than that, using the filters up here. Sometimes assets are difficult to find. It's just a fact of Trainz. But you'll get used to it, and you'll find assets that you keep coming back to because they're just that good. Also, I would suggest you do backups. So regular backups. So after you've worked on your route, I would suggest going over here to custom, searching for your route, like for example, Milton Valley for me. Then select your route and your default session. So your route and the route's default session, right click, export to CDP. And then you can save it as a CDP file on your hard drive as a backup, because it might corrupt, stuff might happen, just so you have that backup. To reinstall it, you just drag the backup from the .cdp file that you've exported. You just drag it back into the content manager after deleting these two. You just drag it in, and then it would reinstall. So yes, it's quite an easy thing to do, and it can save you a lot of trouble later on. And we have run past 11 o'clock. So I guess it's time to get a thumbnail. Better to have hard to find assets that are free of charge than have assets that cost a fortune, which you see everywhere. Well. So I'm actually going to increase the render distance again a little bit. Hold on. Yeah, sometimes this doesn't work. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, I've got to get the thumbnail first and then I'll end. Hold on. Yeah, sometimes the number just doesn't work quite right, I find. Yeah, for example here, why doesn't that work? Oh, now it does. Interesting. One more sports left. Not now. I'll do it later when it's actually relevant to do so. Oh, I thought I pressed Alt-U. One moment. There we go. Much better. Maybe something like that could be a good thumbnail. Actually, I think that's pretty good. That's pretty good like that. Okay, so I think I saved, but let's just add a few more trees of safety. By the way, Danger of Depth, if you're still here, one thing that might help you is if you join my Discord server, or the official Trainz Discord server, and then if you are looking for a specific type of asset, you might be able to ask there, and people might be able to give you examples or give you tips on assets there. If that is the thing. If you're still here. I don't know if you're still here. So let's just save. I guess I can quit Discord. We didn't really need that anyway. And I guess that's that. So thank you all very much for watching, whether you're watching live or archived. And indeed, yes, this will be archived on YouTube. And that is that. Willis1961, thank you for coming as well. It's always a pleasure to have you in chat. So, yes, okay. Oh, you were still here, great. So, by the way, if you are interested in the Discord, there's a invite in the description on Twitch. There's an invite to, it's linked. Anyway, bye-bye and good night. Bye-bye.